Hey guys, welcome back to Auto Repair guys. Thank you guys for watching and subscribing to the channel. Today will be super helpful video guys to any of you having a Hyundai Kia with a 2.4 Gdi engine. If you have one of those guys, it has been used in multiple cars. We will explain how to remove and replace valve cover gasket and one common mistake people make when replacing the gasket, okay, that can actually destroy your engine. So make sure you stay until the end and we will explain what it is. Before we start, let me tell you a little bit about us. Every single car we get at the garage, we try to make at least 200 to 300 free repair videos. Why we do that? Simply because our mission in the shop is to save you as much money as we can. All we need in return, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, that way we can keep providing this free information to you. Now if you need to buy any parts, tools for a really good price and quick shipping as well, check out the link in the description of the video below. That's where we get all our tools and supplies from. So this is the 2.4 Gdi engine. That's how it's going to be in your car. It has been used in more than 10 Hyundai and Kia models, guys. That's one very popular engine, by the way. So if you look at it now, okay, what do we need to do here? We need to grab the upper engine cover and just grab and pull out. It attaches with 4 rubber bushings to these 4 posts right here, and make sure that the bushings are not stuck here. If they are, you need to remove them and install them on the cover, so later you can install the cover. Now in order to remove the valve cover, okay, whether you're removing the valve cover or replacing a valve cover gasket, you need to do quite a bit of work. So first you will need to disconnect the car battery. Why? Because you will be disconnecting the fuel lines and you will be leaking fuel, and if you have sparks, okay, you can catch on fire. On these modern cars it really matters which battery terminal you reconnect first. If you do it the wrong way, you can cause damage to the engine computer. So we have a special video that explains that, and I will put the link in the description of the video below. Number 2, guys, you gotta make sure that your engine is really cool. Let it sit overnight, because if it's hot and you spill fuel, you can catch on fire. Number 3, you need to disconnect the low pressure fuel line. Okay, the video is on our channel, how to disconnect fuel line on a Hyundai. Check it out, it's super simple and it will teach you how to do that if you don't know how to. Then what else you need to do? You need to disconnect, okay, the wires, okay, for the pump here, okay, for the high pressure fuel pump. Now on the back side you will have a wire for the, okay, this is for the variable timing solenoid for the exhaust camshaft, okay, and you're going to pull it this way. Right here, this is the PCV valve. Okay, just grab the hose. If you have a clamp, you need to remove the clamp and pull it out. Here you need to remove the safety clip, okay, on the ignition coils, and then if it doesn't want to come out, push in, then press down and disconnect it. You can see it just like that, pretty simple. Be careful not to break those, because, okay, try to disconnect them with your fingers, because if you break that one, okay, that safety thing, okay, your ignition coils may get loose. Now we're going to disconnect the fuel line right here with a 3/4 inch wrench. You will always have fuel pressure. Always use eye protection and gloves, guys. So be careful, because most likely you will leak fuel. We may not leak any fuel because we removed the engine. Okay, so probably we leaked all the fuel out because we had a few things disconnected before. 10mm socket, and we're going to remove, okay, that wiring harness from the valve cover now. So let's go ahead and do that. Perfect, it's loose. One more there. Okay, great. Now you can see it comes to the side like that. Now we need to remove the fuel pump, high pressure fuel pump. Go a little bit on each side and then remove it all the way. That fuel pump will be under pressure because right here the fuel pump camshaft follower, also known as tappet, could be on a high point in the camshaft. Ours is not. Now I recommend to inspect your camshaft follower, tap it and replace it if you need to. We have a special video that explains, okay, the 2.4 Gdi engine noise because of a bad fuel pump. So check it out, engine noise 2.4 Gdi. Now we'll remove the ignition coils. And we just noticed now one of them is missing. You're supposed to have a bolt right here. Somebody didn't install it. We'll be rebuilding that engine, and in the meantime we want to teach you how to do things so we can save you as much money as we can, guys. Perfect. Now it is right here, so let's see what else we need to do. Okay, we're going to go ahead and remove all the inner bolts of the valve cover here. Alright, now we can go ahead. Remove these two. Now all the bolts need to come out. Why? Because these bolts will fall, and if you drop one in your engine and you don't know about it, you start your engine later, guys, okay, and it's somewhere in the cylinder head, you're going to damage your camshafts, your engine, and you will need the engine rebuilt or a new engine, guys. So always have to be careful not to drop anything, okay, inside. Okay, I got these two. Okay, right there, both of them, they came out. Perfect. Now this is the valve cover. Now let's see if we have anything else holding. Always inspect. Okay, we have one hose that is for the air filter, for the intake hose that goes, you can see, towards the air filter hose. Okay, perfect. We disconnect that one, and now we should be able to grab that one. The fuel line may be a little bit in the way, so you need to come in an angle, and the valve cover comes out just like that. So once you remove the valve cover, this is your valve cover gasket. Now that gasket in some cases could consist of two components or one piece. You can see the middle piece is the one for the spark plug. So you just grab it and you pull it out. If it's really old, it may be fragile, it may break, so you need to get a small knife or screwdriver and just pull it out. Careful not to crack your valve cover. It comes out like that. Here you have a secondary gasket, which is actually okay for the fuel pump. You can see this one right here. So you have actually three gaskets, but one of them is two pieces in one. So one is for the spark plugs, one for the outside of the valve cover, one for the fuel pump. And if the one in the middle fails, you may end up having quite a bit of engine oil in the spark plug valve hose, and that can lead to actually having misfires as well. Now you will need to, guys, clean the valve cover grooves really good. What I use usually is rubbing alcohol. Okay, clean it with a towel, clean really good, make sure it's not oily. Clean the cylinder head where it's going to contact, and make sure you don't drop anything inside. Clean around the spark plug hose as well here to make sure it's not oily. And right here you will need to remove the old silicone. You need to just get a scraper, okay, and gently pull it to the outside so it doesn't fall in the engine. Clean it here where the timing cover meets the cylinder head. You need to apply a small bit of silicone, okay, about 1 inch, okay, right here. And this is the high temp gray silicone that works really good. Apply, later put it on, and if you need the torque specs for the valve cover, the video will be on our channel. Torque specs on 2.4 Gdi valve cover, guys, check it out. You will need the torque specs, otherwise you can severely damage your cylinder head if you break a bolt in it. Hopefully the video will be helpful. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.